Welcome back to the Whisky Couch in Pretoria, South Africa with Gustav and Elna, South Africa's whisky couple.
And you are watching Whisky Tasting and Food Pairing Review number 197.
3 more, then we hit the 200 video mark.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
On our YouTube channel. Yes, and exciting times because we're busy with a new bracket. We have finished the 5 brackets with 5 12-year-old single malts in each, and this is the second whiskey in this bracket that we're doing on cask strength whiskies, and they're lined up here behind us. We've already done the Aberlour Abuna. That was whiskey number 1, and whiskey number 2 today is the Glenfarclas 105 cask strength from the Glenfarclas Distillery.
And this distillery was founded in 1836.
1836. Situated in Speyside, slap bang in the middle, more or less, of the Speyside region in the northern Highland of Scotland. This is our map right here, Lowlands, Highlands, and then right there is the Speyside region. That's the northern Highlands, sort of the middle Highlands, and then in the middle there in Speyside, and it is still family owned by J&G Grant. J&G Grant, and a couple of interesting things about the Glenfarclas Distillery. First of all, the meaning of the word.
It's Valley of the Green Grass.
There we go, Valley of the Green Grass. Yes, it's a beautiful name. And also it is one of the very few distilleries that still uses direct firing for the pot stills instead of indirect steam heating. So it results in a bit more of a caramelized sugar character in the new make spirit. And I've got a photograph. Sometimes I forget to show. This is the Glenfarclas Distillery in the winter time and in the summertime.
Beautiful pictures.
That's what it looks like. And I visited the distillery 2 years ago. Can't remember if I showed the picture of the Aberlour distillery, the previous video, but that is it. Aberlour distillery. Okay, Elna, here we go. Glenfarclas 105. That's the bottle. And what's the ABV, Elna?
ABV is 60%.
Elna, you always remember the ABV. It says here on the bottle.
The previous one was 60.6, I think, the Aberlour.
60.8, and this one 60,
yeah,
60. And now we're going, the other 3 is around 57.
It's high, it's still high.
Gee, that is like a whopping ABV, cask strength whiskey. There's an interesting story about the 105, and maybe I should read that. It says, of course, on the back of the bottle here, aged 10 years, and also here on the gift tube. That is the story. But let me read it here. In 1968, my father, George S. Grant, decided to bottle a cask, 1 cask of Glenfarclas at natural strength as a Christmas gift for family and friends.
That's special. Yeah, that's special.
Yes, and the strength of that single cask, 1968, so it's almost 50 years ago, was 105 British proof, which translates to the 60% that we see here. So Glenfarclas 105 was born, and we still select some of the finest casks from our warehouses, bat them together to do the Glenfarclas 105, bottled at 10 years old. So that's how it was born, and still at the same ABV since then. Matured in ex-Bourbon and, of course, ex-sherry casks. Glenfarclas known for its sherry cask influence.
And it's got a beautiful color. I love the color, and it's natural color.
Natural color.
And it's non-chill filtered.
Non-chill filtered.
It is absolutely a gorgeous color.
So, Elna, this is as natural as it gets.
Oh, but it's beautiful.
From the cask into the bottle. Look at that chestnut color.
Oh, that is a beautiful color.
Here we go.
Okay.
60%. There's a hint of alcohol on the nose, which I did not get with the previous whiskey, the first whiskey in this bracket. There's a bit of sherry there.
Yes, definitely sherry. But I get chocolate, lots of chocolate.
Dried fruit, dried apples. Dried Speyside apples.
Also vanilla. There's a very strong hint of vanilla.
And for me, it develops into butterscotch, the vanilla.
Oh, yeah.
Which is typical, of course, from oak casks, vanilla.
I also get nuts. When I say
Stone
chocolate
fruits.
with nuts. Those chocolates that you get with nuts in.
Stone
combination.
fruits in a dark honey sauce. That's what I'm getting. So it's got a nice nose.
Good nose.
It's a complex nose, but it's not as profound as the previous, as the first one in this bracket.
Okay.
On the palate, Slanger.
Slanger. It is an explosion of alcohol at first.
60% explosion.
Now you can definitely, you won't miss that.
So,
Definitely you
very
have that.
assertive.
Very assertive.
I'm here. Bang. Take note. Very assertive. Drown this one. Rich sherry.
I get the dark chocolate. Very strong dark chocolate.
Spicy oak.
But also espresso coffee. You know, dark chocolate combination with espresso coffee.
And the sherried, sort of the sherried fruit. In the finish, which is quite long for me and
warm.
There's not that alcohol burn in the finish.
No,
It
that's true.
mellows out.
But it's warm.
I'm just getting this spiced sherry. And a slight savory note for me as well that I'm picking up today. I have not picked up that before.
But I also get a hint of chili.
Oh yeah.
But it's very soft. It's not overwhelming.
Well, that should excite you because you
I
are a
love
chili fan. I'm going to add a bit more. 60%. Let's just add, instead of 2 or 3 drops, we're going
a little bit more.
5 or 6 drops. And let's see what the water does to the visuals. Have a look at that. The visuals there. See, immediately a bit of oily. And in time it should turn a little bit cloudy because of the fact that it's non-chill filtered.
Interesting.
Sweet candied dried fruit now emerges for me.
I get the old, very old.
I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to say that.
You also get
something old.
But I like that.
It gives it a lot of character.
Oh yes, yes.
I'm picking up something of an orange marmalade, but a sweetish marmalade, maybe nectarine marmalade.
I would say the old wood casks is more prominent for me.
And on the palate. When I tasted this before, I was thinking, no, don't add water. But today I'm thinking, definitely add water. I think my palate is better than the other day. So today, after a few drops of water, more creamy, more sherried fruit.
What I pick up now that I didn't before is it's peppery. I didn't pick up the pepperiness.
It's as if that sherried fruit is dusted with pepper.
Spicy.
But in the end, in summary, I would say instead of a sherry bomb, this is more a spice bomb for me because the spices are all over the place. That pepperiness, that oak spices, It's a bit softer after the water, but still quite prominent. The price here in South Africa is around 1,000 rand, more or less, depending where you buy. £45 to £50 in the UK, and my guess would be around $65 in the US. But that always depends whereabouts you are, in what state in the US, and at what kind of outlet you would purchase this. Pairing with a food snack, which is our speciality and which makes this very exciting for us, you need something substantial, because this is a assertive, bold whiskey. So you can't have a light snack. So you need something meaty and substantial. And to balance the spiciness, I would say something sweet. So we have decided on meatballs, but glazed with a sweet and sticky sauce. So this is what it looks like, with a bit of decoration at the top. Meatballs. Whoops, don't fall out. Don't fall on the camera, my meatball. And we're going to try this.
Let's try it.
Glazed with sweet and sticky. This is wonderful.
I think that goes well together, quite well.
It elevates. Do you feel that the spiciness is not there?
Yeah,
it's
not
more
that,
rounded.
Yeah.
It just elevates the whole experience to a whole new level.
Oh yeah.
And after the food snack, when I nosed it again, I got very distinct dried raisins. I'm just picturing dried raisins in the sun, lying on those fine mesh grids, and you get that old raisin fruit aroma. But with this pairing,
that's true.
So once we've finished,
I like it with the pairing. I really love this pairing.
What would your score be?
I will definitely give it an 8 out of 10.
This is a high score pairing.
It's a high score, yeah.
Yes. The previous,
I love that.
I preferred the previous whiskey more than this one, but I prefer the pairing. Although the previous pairing was the
also good.
Beef steak pie.
That was also good.
How exciting is this? Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us on this journey. And we look forward to seeing you in the next video. The next one is going to be the Kilkerran 8-year-old Cask Strength. And we're going to pair that with something very surprising.
Oh, good.
Until then.
Slàinte.
Slàinte.
Slàinte.